recording.
All right, so we are in a Atlas F missile silo right now. There were 72 of these built. 6 different states got 12 of them. So Kansas won the 6 that got them. So 12 of them were actually put together at a cost of $15 to $20 million per site. So if you start wondering why we're so much in debt in our country, well, we spent $1 billion back in 1960 for the Cold War. So this is $1960, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So this is what they're during the Cuban Missile Crisis, this is during the Cold War. So believe it or not, this missile silo, not this one in particular, but these missile silos is what stopped the Cold War. So because our government was able to build 72 of these simultaneously within 18 months.
Wow.
Yes, whoa. Simultaneously, 72 in 6 different states, all ready to go with the missile shooting up, looking at it. When the Russians sent their satellites looking around and they saw 72 warheads is what stopped the war. So what they didn't know is by the time we actually opened the hatch, raised the elevator, and fired up the gas or exhaust, whatever it needed to actually get it going, charge the gas portion of it, we've already been nuked because it took too much time. But they didn't know that. They didn't know the process time of how much time was going to go. So these were only in commission for 3 years. That's it. So these are just different pictures of the excavation of what it took to get it here. So they literally had cement plants on property here. Once they excavated all the way down, they had everything they needed to build these things. The steel here, you see these guys walking on the steel, no safety harnesses, no nothing. This is before OSHA. They literally have a clip just for their welding, and that's basically it. These guys were just one after the other, working their way around, dangling around. So to tell you how thick these things are, these were, they said 20 to 30 foot sticks. This is a 12-inch stick that we dug out building. I want you to pick this up so you can feel the weight of just.
That's 20 pounds. She'll believe
that. So you can only imagine what one of these sticks were. That's what he's standing on. That's literally what he's standing on. The door we just walked through is right here. So this is the door we just walked through. We're going to zigzag our way down. This was the missile control center that was 2 levels, and this is where they actually had all the computers. This is where they lived, and then there's a tunnel that goes across here, and the missile itself was right here. This is 200 feet deep. So the doors are here that opened up like this. That was a hatch, and that's where the missile is. So there was 14 or 15 layers of floors here where the missile was, but we're going to go explore this area. I'm going to show you this here. So this has been developed with the Airbnb. We have 2 bedrooms on top, 1 bedroom below the movie area and the kitchen area and living room area, and then we're going to work our way over to where actually the missile is itself. So this door here, where you have to open another door from the outside to get you in, and look at this. They move 1 ton. I want you to move it around. Like, I want you to move it around. I mean, this bearing system moves like butter. 3 bearings. I don't know what they put on. Yes, I know.
That's wild.
Yeah, this is original.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. This is the original OG door. So yeah. So yeah, it literally moves like butter. Yeah, this machine was not here. This is more for the novelty of us having fun.
Yeah.
Then there was another room here where you had to do another identification
Right.
to make sure. So there was a 2-code authentication. So the entrapment room was the first room. That's why then, supposedly, from what I'm hearing from the elders that were here, once you opened this door had to close before this door was able to open. And then you had to authenticate yourself here one more time. So this door,
Part of the original camera system.
this is original, but this inside is not, but this
Okay.
box is.
So,
That looks like a coil spring
Yeah,
off
and
of a
that's-
pretty.
Oh yeah, no, and actually it's got a good, hold on, let me push it again. So it's got a good bounce. See? I mean, the bouncing system actually works really well on it.
amazing.
65 years later. But it just goes to show how these doors, I mean, I don't know what grease they were using or WD-40 or whatever brand it was. It moves like nothing. So this was not here. So we put all this in here. So we wanted to try to make it more ADA accessible. So we put the elevator shaft in here. So yeah, all right, so you worked your way down here.
Oh, cool. Look at that.
So this is the logo of the 550 base. So this particular location was the 550 location. There it is.
That's kind of like our emergency button on the airplane.
Actually, it's the tug button.
Yeah.
It's the same button that's on the tip.
There you go.
Wow, look at this.
Yeah, this is one level down.
Cool.
This is one level down.
Now, you put this in.
We put all the, everything you see here, every square you see was put in. So this was a round circular, if you remember the picture, it was round circular. So everything, every wall was put together here. You program it to whatever you want to see outside. So your mind doesn't know the difference because you walk through a hallway, this looks like a window to you. So it's basically a window TV. So you're looking at the window, it's like, oh, it's a sunny day today, it's a cloudy day. If you want to be in the Bahamas, you can be in the Bahamas, you can go to Hawaii, you can go anywhere because your mind doesn't really realize that. So it
And
does.
that's why nuclear submarines tours are 90 days underwater.
There you go. So, so what we did here is we created 3 bedrooms. So we had the opportunity to do whatever we wanted with the square footage. It made most sense to do 3 bedrooms. So 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. Each bedroom has its own color distinction. So if you're gonna yell out, hey, where are you at? I'm in the orange room. I'm in the green room. I'm in the blue room. So every room has its own color distinction. So it's easy to find yourself away because you kind of get lost going through the hallways and everywhere here. So everyone knows. And every room actually has 3 queen size bed, 2 double queen size bed bunk beds, and a queen size bed. So you can sleep with a sleeper sofa, 24 people total in the bunk. Wow. So you come on in here, you'll be able to see what they kind of look like. So you have a queen size bed, sleeper sofa, 2 queen beds, bunk on bunk. So similar to the orange room that you're in, just a little bit different layout. This is more like the master. It's got the safe over here. It's got a little bit bigger bathroom here. This is the true emergency hatch. This is aftermarket. Okay. So the original emergency hatch just had a door on here with a chain link that came to here and to here. You would pull this chain link down, the hatch would flop down, and then sand would come down because they had to make it nuclear proof, but they had to make it still a way for a safety way to get out. So the sand was the best dense component to keep the nuclear blast from coming and radiating it way down. So the sand would come down, and the idea is that you would climb the sand up to get to the staircase that's up there. So there's a staircase over there, you climb their staircase. Now the military thinks everything through twice, and they always have a component on top of something else. So God forbid the sand became glass, because it could just harden and became glass. Sure. You would put a guy on top of a guy, jump them up, and then when it flapped down, there was a hammer on the back door, so you can break it to work its way down so you can climb up. That's
and
what
of course,
they
we
said.
did that without hearing protection or eye protection.
Exactly.
That's how we were in the military back
We're gonna be down here if shit does hit the fan for a longer extended period of time. So we wanted to make sure we had a nice gourmet kitchen. So we wanted to make sure we had the double sink area here with 2 sinks, a nice oven with it. So a nice like chef's kitchen with lots of space, big pantry in the back, backup refrigerator, backup freezers in the back. So everything has a backup. Our water heaters have a backup. The AC unit has a backup. Everything has a backup of a backup. Power. I'm glad you mentioned that.
You got a generator.
3 different sources of power. All right, so we continue on. So yeah, so movie room here, we have hundreds and hundreds of movies you can watch.
Wow.
I appreciate you willing to donate some more movies. We'll burn them on our server there, so we have more movies. But yeah, we have 100 movies. So if you're gonna be down here, you gotta make sure you have a lot of stuff to do. So we've got a pool table over here. There's air hockey. You flip this thing over. There's air hockey on the other side, and you got ping pong as well. So you gotta keep yourself entertained. We've got a lot of books, some puzzles as well. And every guy always loves a secret door. Yeah. So Tom, you let me know which is the right book that's going to open it up.
A few moments later.
How did you make that work? That's got to be tricky.
Very tricky. Yeah, very tricky. You really want to know?
Yeah.
Curious, yeah. Is there a switch or
a lot of switches, a lot of dials. Let's just.
It's bad.
Need to know, yeah. There's certain things that the military can disclose, and there's certain things the military can't disclose, sir. It's classified. You've heard that term.
Look at this.
All right, so now we're going to be heading into the tunnel that takes us through. So there was a massive blast door over here to keep everybody over there safe.
Boy, I would be terrified that I would close the door behind me and never be able to get out.
It gets confusing. That's why we call the rooms the color room. So like if somebody yells out, "I'm lost," where am I? We can tell you exactly where. Yeah, well, Tom happened to be asking where all the food's at. So we've got enough food here to supply hopefully 20 people for 5 years.
holy moly.
Wow.
Then you have another glass door. You have to work your way through. And we've got even more food here, yes. So this goes to show you how thick the walls are. So I want you to take a look in here, Tom. So like people don't appreciate, like this whole thing, everywhere it's 3 feet to 12 feet in thickness. It's built as a true bunker. Your house is not gonna be anything like this. The rebar here, as I showed you earlier, everything has got this thickness in here. Putting up to the silo itself. Come on through, don't be shy.
You're gonna have to have this on.
I love when people shake like that. There's a military guy shaking.
You're gonna have this on video so that your guests can actually see it on the big screen before they go in different.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop my iPhone for sure.
Is that mine? No.
Oh, that's great.
I don't care.
Yeah, go ahead.
Doesn't matter if you fall, Abby.
If you're gonna drop a phone, make sure it's yours, not mine.
Buffer between the walls of the missile.
Exactly. Well, no, a wall.
And the catwalk.
A catwalk, but because in case there was a nuclear blast, this middle section would move and the walls didn't move. So that's why there's not a crack in the entire building, because it was on 2 different structures altogether. This was all on springs. And this is where the whole hatch opened up. There was a spring system that went from there to there that actually opened the doors. Then the missile would be raised up by the elevator, charged, and that's why those doors here and those sections here are for the vent system. So, because the rocket would have been actually up in the air all the way up, but the exhaust would have come in here, and then the blast doors were here to save the people from inside from getting the actual blow in there. And that's why all the doors have that concave side on them to make sure that the force was pushed across the side.